And I know we have our second game coming up, or at least our second game for NRG versus Hive. It is underway between these two, and I'm excited to see who's going to take it. Chat, let me know. Will we see some upsets? I'm seeing you guys. Upset, upset, upset. I don't know. It could be. But I'm excited to see some Asylum. We haven't seen this map tonight, and we haven't seen District either, so it's going to be a lot of fun to see at least these maps fresh for Emergence Days Season 2, Week number 1. Already off to a good start is NRG leading 2-1 over Hive. Going through, Mental, 11, kills himself. Explosive with 10. Not too bad of a start. And all-around respawns are looking pretty even. Maybe, NRG with just a minor lead, but kind of curious. Oh my gosh, Explosive.
Oh my
Good morning, Hive, he says. And Demise and TJ go down. Yeah. I think he's a bit dumb with this team. I think he's like, all right, let's finish this off. I'm done messing around. This was our pick. Let's go to Game 3 and get this over with.
Yeah, NRG, a very strong team on Asylum as well. Definitely no surprise that they picked this map. We've seen them with a number of dominant performances on it. Definitely looking to see if they can equalize the series and send it to a Game 3. Drop shot coming in from Explosive. Gets another two-piece. That's a second two-piece of just this round alone, Taylor. They're going to start to advance. You're going to see two members heading over towards B. Demise on the other end, though, over at C, takes out both Praise and Summons and Explosive. Does not want to be on the other end of a three-piece, I'll tell you that much. So he decides to just stay back, kind of value his life. His team already has that 2-cap. No reason to throw his life away, and he just puts Demise what looks like in a coffin. I'm not sure if he did a little Xbox record that. I'm not
That's
sure
what it looked
like.
He
kind of stopped there, but once again, Explosive making the plays. The leader of this team threads the needle with the drop shot for good measure and takes out Hefe. He's heading over towards the B hill, looking to get this cap. The team fire coming in from both sides, getting hit with shotguns, getting hit with lancers, just getting hit with absolutely everything on the map before being taken out. NRG once again reclaims the B hill and is cruising towards other.
I know why Explosive stopped right there. It's not for Xbox record, but it's him just practicing for whenever he's on main stage, putting down his controller, standing up and just talking trash to the enemy team. He's getting ready because he knows, hey, San Diego's coming up quickly, and he wants to make sure his trash talk is on point. NRG looking solid so far. Great start overall and a dominant performance in points. 166 and counting for the side of NRG, and just a measly 100 for the side of Hive. This should be easy. NRG doesn't even need to get crazy at this point. They did that off the start, and at this point they can play nice and controlled, and they should easily win this. But look at Solars, Demise, and Tidy, both the victims of him. Meanwhile, Noe, though, does come in, takes out Explosive, but it's not going to be enough. With all this slaying, though, I kind of talked about the respawn economy at the very beginning, and I said, well, it's relatively even. Look at how many lives Demise has lost. He's going to be respawning now, and he's going to be, well, at least he might not respawn. He shouldn't, and that's why it's so right, because it would be full elim. But now he's only going to be at 2. You have others who are just at 2 themselves, maybe even 3. But the fact is, Explosives, let's say he has another start like that off the initial where he comes through and just bodies 3 players from Hive. Well, hey, you run into a problem there. You're losing a lot of your respawns, and we're still pretty early relatively in the first half. It's could get a bit scary, and if they keep performing like that in the second half, well, Hive could have some problems.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen Hive come alive in the second half of pretty much all 3 maps they've played so far, but when you're playing a team like NRG, you definitely cannot kind of bank on just making comebacks over and over, so definitely want to see Hive kind of bring it back in this first half, because again, NRG is so strong on this Asylum map. You're seeing Explosive kind of run around and do whatever he pleases all around the map. So definitely a player you want to make sure you try and equalize. He's going to head over towards the B side of the map. Heavily met by Hefe. Getting a little bit of early Lancer fire in. Mental's going to pick up the drop shot.
Well, Explosive's a lot smaller. Demise, though, he wants to play game. And these were the two who kind of 1v1 last time. Explosive will go ahead and back off for the time being, but hey, Demise, omnipresent, continues to push forward along with Hefe. And this B fight, I'm loving what I'm seeing because it's literally a 2v1, but Explosive's holding his own so well. But things do get interesting. TJ joins into the mix. I'm kind of curious to see with the instant out, doesn't connect. And everybody will be kept at bay. Still, nobody able to capture B. It's quite surprising. NRG has a very minor lead for the time being, but finally, Explosive He gets jumped in the end by Hefe with the boom. That's going to be okay. And it seems as if NRG still has control, at least for the time being. As Mental will back up, finally getting taken out. Maybe a light at the end of the tunnel for Hive, as finally the B hill has been captured. Now Hive, don't let that go to waste, right? Don't let NRG come through and wipe, but Noe takes full advantage of it. That's going to be 2 knocks. Demise is finally going to go for the finish. You look on the side of NRG, that's going to be 2 down. Summon's very weak in the meantime. He'll be able to heal up from full red now to full health, but with that being said, NRG did try to get creative. They tried to rotate over towards A, but no, Tidy wasn't going to have any of it. He knocks Summons out, and Hive still very much so in control, looking good.
Yeah, absolutely. You're going to see the 2 cap now in their hands. They started off kind of slow in some of these past rounds. This will be a big round for them to get, bring it to a 3-2. They want to keep this first half as close as possible. You're going to hear that train coming in. Mental going to elect to try to push over towards that middle side of the map. He's going to get dropped at the hands of Demise. Tidy going to have an unfortunate train ride over on the other end. Noe, the big up A kill, now has the angle onto the other people, gets the drop shot with full ammo in it. Going to have 2 shots in there to defend this B hill with. Moving up a little forward to him. He gets the kill on the Solar's aggressive plays paying off for Noe. On the other end, it looks like Summons is stuck between a number of Hive players. Gets one before being dropped himself. Prey's going to be taken out as well. Currently sitting at, what, a 4v3 at the 225 mark. Boom shot in Hefe's hands. Doesn't end up actually getting the kill with it. I think Noe still has a drop shot. He gets taken out as well. This is getting scary.
It definitely
no
is.
one gets to A, though. Okay.
Yeah, no one
it got scary
A.
for a second, but no one got over to A, so it ends up being...
My heart can't take it. I'm like, if NRG turned things around like that, with Hive at least at 249, I'll be devastated. Absolutely devastated. Hive not having the best of games slaying-wise, but objectively it seems as if they are sound, and they're making those few engagements they get into count, and they're locking it down. Good stuff. There was a major battle for Bravo, and Hive in the end, with them able to win it, was one of the deciding factors overall. Good stuff from them. And now we see at least round number 6, round number 5 coming at you. And it's pretty close. Hive having a much better success rate here in the first half than previously. At least 100% better success rate. Last time they only won 1 round in the first half. Now they're at 2. So good stuff from them. And you can imagine if they win another one, they're keeping this pretty close. Great job from Demise to come in big. Maybe saw a little bit of light from Solars with the knife, but Hefe shuts him down. That's going to be 2 down, 3 down, onto the 4 down. Momentarily onto the side of NRG. Absolute insanity. Great stuff from Hive. One thing that does worry me, though, onto the side of Hive is Demise, right? He's only at he's on his last life. And that's pretty tough because we still have 2 more rounds in this first half, which means Demise, he's going to have to think about his life, at least for the remainder of the first half.
You know, this is value his life. This is, I believe, the 6th round of the first half. So either way, though, when you're sitting on 0, I mean, basically, if he dies, he's out. So he just has no, he has to kind of play conservative. I would say you want to be on the back line, be more so the one that goes to the Lancer kills. What they're actually going to do is give that drop shot so he can kind of use that to protect himself a little more, not necessarily be the one that's sort of the tip of the spear on the push. So I like that choice by Hive to kind of let him value his life as much as he can. He's going to kind of sit back over towards that B hill. They're building a nice sized lead, sitting almost towards a 50-point lead at the early portion of this round. If they could end this first half at a 3-3, that would be a great spot to be in. We've seen what they've done in the second half. Looks like Demise going to put it to use.
No.
Shoot it. It's a little bit tall. It's gonna.
I've never had that problem in my life. Just being a little bit too tall for something. 5'9", right? It hurts.
Yeah, I can't relate to that one, but.
All right, bro.
I feel for you.
Yeah, well, thanks. At least I have you relating. Well, not relating, but at least filling.
At least next to me, that the average height goes up of the cast. How about that little victory? No? All right, well.
No.
Speaking of victories, it's going to be Demise connecting with that second one. Shot that one a little bit shorter. Hey. You like that one?
I do like that. Hey, at least you're bringing it back down to my level, and that's something that I can understand. Always looking down on me, Ryan. It's a pity. 3 players down on the side of NRG. You heard that Dawn coming through Hive. Looking to tie up at least the first half. I definitely like seeing what I'm seeing.
Yeah, I mean, basically Hive has kind of spent their entire tournament going down in the first half and making these huge second half comebacks.
Right.
So if they can kind of get away from this first half with a 3-3 tied score versus going down like a 5-1, 4-2, that would put them in such a good position as we've seen them come alive in these second halves. So definitely love what I'm seeing from this Hive squad. They'll have such a smaller hole to kind of have to fill. Demise, watching his teammates get absolutely obliterated in the kill feed, has to hold on for as long as he can. The time is going to go into Hive's favor. That final hill will, in fact, give them the 250th second. This is something new for us, Taylor. We're seeing Hive a tie score in the first half.
In the first half, right? Normally, they are down so incredibly much. Go back, right, to the first game that we saw these guys play on Vaskar, which Hive won, by the way, 7-6 in round 13. They only won one round in the first half, and now they're tied up.
What I want to point out real quick, too, is something that we haven't seen all day, Taylor. The drop shot was placed on the center line. We've seen drop shots being placed on the home hill sides of the map the entirety of the night. So to see that place in the middle means that the teams cannot use it on their side. So despite the teams having a boom shot on each side, we will not have those 4 rockets on the map. You will have the one in the middle, which will have those 2 bullets now being picked up by TJ. So now when we talk about sort of power up and control, it's no longer about just being mirrored, right? You're going to see the drop shot in TJ's hands with 2 bullets now. The 1 boom shot in Hefe's hands versus now the only 1 boom shot on the side of NRG in Summon's hands. So I'm loving what I'm seeing from Hive, taking the initiative, fighting for that power weapon. And now, despite going down early, they should be able to equalize sort of these numbers with those rockets.
Good job. There it is. Summons, but yeah, you're right. TJ answers right back. Praise, though, still there, trying to keep Hive at bay. And fortunately for him, he's able to bait out the drop shot, which does not connect. Now TJ and Tidy have to really think, do we want to push this and put ourselves in a scenario where we might get 1v2'd? We do that, and we're going to be obviously at a disadvantage. Now, Noe is going to be coming up the rear to provide some support, and that is going to be hugely beneficial. You do see a stun come through. Praise now applying that pressure, and just like that, Hive onto the back pedal. Praise now in a 1v3. All players in front of him. Still, though, a knock is going to happen. Meechun's going to be gathered. Tidy is going to capitalize on that. Tidy goes in again onto explosives. Can he go for one more? Noe puts Summons on the back pedal, puts himself within chunk range, but wisely backs up. Finally, the drop is going to happen. Summons is going to be finished off, and I believe that's going to be Solars in the background. A great job from Hive overtaking that position. They are currently going to take the lead in points by a narrow margin, but they've got control of D&E. They got map control overall.
And that's why I love this Asylum map so much, Taylor. This kind of push and pull fight over at the E hill. You're seeing it back and forth. It is going to be Hefe who brings that boom shot in, gets a nice double kill in order for them to keep control of E. That sort of up top fight gets so exciting, right? Teams kind of pushing, teams retreating, counter pushing, right? Getting those pieces of utility involved. Always so fun to watch, and it is now Hive for the first time on Asylum in position to potentially take a lead on this map. Keep in mind, they are up 1-0 on maps. We do not hear that phrase often when it comes to playing NRG. I'm loving the confidence I'm seeing. I'm loving the teamwork I'm seeing out of these young Slayers. They're doing everything right. They are taking the fight to NRG, and it is working so well. Currently 3 members down for NRG. Summons trying to stay alive. He's tagged up so much. Once again, Tidy is going to make his way over towards that power up, and unfortunately, he is going to be dropped from the likes of Summons. That will give Summons a fresh drop shot with 2 bullets. However, they have a lot of work to do. Both D and E are in the hands of Hive. NRG has to make a split push. They have to use those rockets to the best of their ability. You're going to see Hefe with 3 in front of him. I think he knows that E's going to be broken.
He got 1.
They control D. They do. There's nothing NRG can do. Taylor, Hive has taken a 4-3 lead.
This is awesome. Hive is playing out of their mind. Not only in the first half did they manage to at least secure the bag and tie it up, they come into the second half with an exclamation point and take it over. And not to mention, too, because they were slaying out so incredibly well, their respawn economy now trumps that of the side of NRG, which we do not say often because normally NRG is totally outslaying that of Hive. Great stuff from them, and we could have a major upset here in game number 2. And NRG in semifinals, they could be out of this tournament, and Hive could secure the bag in finals to play against either the victor of the Reciprocity versus Don't Know matchup.
Hive looking strong, but there is still a lot of map left. We've seen this NRG team with their backs against the wall absolutely come alive. They have sort of that inherent switch they can flip at any time that no other team seems to have. So I wouldn't crown them the champs just yet, right? We still got the defending champions, right? The world champions, the 17 out of 19 tournament winning champions. Let's see how they choose to respond. We've been talking about how Hives respond. I want to see how the champions are responding.
Definitely have to find out. I like this push from Hefe. Going onto the engagement, onto one. Noe bringing up the rear. Now applying that pressure onto the 2v1, onto Explosive, who capitalizes, and we see some bodies drop on the side of Hive. That's going to be 2 down. Noe as well as Hefe. All 5 up for the team of NRG. They're going to use that to their advantage. You see them applying that pressure onto E. It's going to be 3 strong going into 2. But one of the deciding factors is going to be the drop shot, but it misses, unfortunately, from Solars. So now it's going to be mono-a-mono as they continue to push forward. It's going to be 3 strong onto the side of Hive. Praise is going to get tagged up a little bit. No worries, though. Tidy's going to get dropped. Currently, a break is going to happen, and the pressure is being applied from Hive. TJ and Hefe now putting NRG onto the back foot. Solars, he's going to be stunned up. There's only going to be 3 strong onto the side of NRG, and just like that, Hive take control. NRG only 2 up. Mental and Summons, and the pressure is being applied.
And they're coming out with yet another timely, putting NRG on their backs. Mental's going to go down as well. Still pretty quick spawns now as we get a little later into the half. Let's see how NRG decides to respond. Their backs are against the wall. You heard that trip cap coming in for just a little bit. Summons in the kill feed, taking out Noe. Demise, and then realizing that his teammates are starting to fall. They end up getting it down onto Explosive. If there's anyone I want to kill in NRG, that is the guy I want first. Demise gets a second one.
Wow.
Demise almost getting a third. His teammates there for the rescue. TJ's going to get the revive. Unfortunately, they both get dropped. NRG equalizing the numbers, giving themselves now the advantage on the battlefield. Praise makes his way over towards E. Summons using that boom shot to watch over. I think he's trying to make him waste it. No, he makes him waste it. Can Summons at least kind of make up for his mistake and get the chunk? Instead, he's going to decide to run away. So if you're Noe, that is as good of a play as you can make, at least for now, before finally getting dropped. NRG trying to fight back. If they do get this 2-cap, this will put them in position based on time, but you're going to have a full-strength Hive off spawn with a time lead. The push and pull fight we love. We're going to see it once again at E. Utility comes in. The counter flash comes in as well. What are these teams going to do? Mental now drop shot in his hand. The drop shot can be so influential up towards this E fight.
Oh,
TJ,
no,
I think,
TJ
goes for a bit of a misroll. I don't think he meant to do that. Unfortunately, he gets dropped. Now, NRG with a 4v2 situation. Demise and Tidy backs against the wall. They're going to be hit by 2. He goes down. Things are looking good for NRG. They're going to have a time lead. Before you know it, things were looking so strong for Hive. NRG has answered the call.
That's unfortunate for TJ jumping over that berry. Definitely did not mean to do that. He was for easy pickings for the side of NRG. Now you see, of course, the man advantage going to the side of NRG. Hive now has to find a response, and it's going to be that battle for Echo. It's constantly been that push and pull between these two, and now they're all set up. TJ once again trying to go in, but Hefe, he just stands right in the middle trying to go for the break. What is he doing? NRG easily capitalizes on that moment. Finally, a good stun's going to come in, and it's going to be Hive putting him on the back foot, but it's not enough. Swarm is still going to win within the next 15 seconds. Hive has to get this break. Is it even going to change things? No, it doesn't. Swarm's still going to win. Praise comes through. He gets 2. That's going to be 3, and that's going to be 4 or 3 down on the side of Hive. Great stuff from Praise. 4 drop. What a round for NRG to turn things around entirely. We're all tied up 4-4. NRG is leading the way in respawn economy. And on top of that, they take a huge swing round from the side of Hive. Phenomenal stuff. And we got to watch this again, Ryan. Praise goes in. That's going to be 1. Of course, goes in, gets 2, and then a 3rd, and then eventually 4 would go down. Fantastic break from NRG and a fantastic turning point in the second half.
Praise was an absolute wrecking ball there. If Hive had gotten that cap, they would have had enough time to win the round. Praise, when I say a wrecking ball, he broke everything in sight, including his teammate's back, right? He chunked his teammate first, went for the shot punch on the first member of Hive, went for the shot punch on the second member of Hive. Everything in his sights got absolutely decimated, and that's exactly what the Swarm team wanted up at the E Hill. Beautiful plays by Praise to tie this up. Now, we talk to Hive. What are you going to do to answer? You're sitting at 4-4 right now. You need 3 more rounds to put this team away. You do not want to go to a tie-breaking map against the likes of NRG. First blood coming in. It's going to be Summons with the boom shot. Trey starts to come in. Hefe gets a boom shot of his own. 3v3 right now. Sorry, make that a 3v2 in favor of NRG. Ooh. Make that a 3v1 in favor of NRG. Uh-oh. Where is Tidy? Taylor, things are starting to sway back into the champion's favor.
Down. Tidy's down. TJ comes back up along with Demise, but the damage has been done. NRG very much so in control, and what they're going to continue to do is push forward for map control, slowly inching their way over towards Delta. I saw a lot of blue, though, rotating back around. Still, it seems as if NRG, want to actually focus their attention on E, right? Because Hive historically has put all their attention over here, and rightly so. It's one of the hardest hills to lock in. We'll see if they'll be able to break it, at least onto the side of Hive. For the time being, all is quiet on the western front. You do see Tidy stacking up, along with his teammate Demise. But Explosive, though, he's got the boom shot in hand, or drop shot rather. Does it connect? Yes, it does. That's going to be a big kill on the Tidy, and a finish onto Demise. Quickly focus attention onto Hefe, and that's going to be 3 players down onto the side of Hive, leaving TJ and Noe up once again. At least the point lead currently is starting to grow ever so greatly. 142 to 90. NRG might or at least walk away with this and regain a lead that they haven't had since the first half.
Yeah, NRG looking stronger and stronger. They're going to get that elimination. They quickly snatched that lead right back up. Like I said, this team has ice in their veins, Taylor. Nothing can phase these boys. No scoreline ever matters to them, and you're seeing why just now. You know they want this to go to a third map. Of course, no one likes to lose, but you know that they are just kind of the gods of map number 3. So if you're Hive, you definitely want to do everything you can to put them away now, because there's nothing scarier in Gears Esports than staring down the barrel of a game number 3 against this NRG roster.
And not to mention, though, I mean, you got to give it to Hive for putting up such a great fight here. This was NRG's map pick. Obviously, they dominate whenever it comes to Asylum, and they are showing just that. Definitely have to see if Hive will be able to answer back, but NRG with that lead hopefully won't take the wind out of the sails of Hive. But we will find out relatively soon. Looking through the respawns, Noe a bit low, Hefe as well. Onto the other side, nobody's sitting at 1. So NRG at this point in time, they can throw their bodies at Hive, get eliminated, and still be comfortable with respawning up. It's not something that they really have to think about. So Hive, meanwhile, has to have that in the back of their mind. They have to consider their pushes, and they can't be as aggressive as they probably want to be.
Absolutely, you're seeing the E-Hill still uncapped. Someone's going to rotate that boom shot up there. Being met by Tidy. Bit of a stalemate so far on the map. You're seeing the setups from both teams kind of spread out across the map. Hear those bells are ringing. The train is coming. No one's going to be over there just yet. Someone's inching ever so close with that boom shot. Just waiting for one of the members on Hive to react. Waiting for one of those pieces of utility to come in. Something to be the catalyst to get the push started. On the other end, it looks like it is Demise with the drop shots. So power weapons on each side. We've seen some crazy matches, especially towards the end, when it comes to Asylum, when it comes to this E fight. Just a couple weeks ago in the Pro League qualifier, we saw Work Harder versus Demo's team to qualify with one of the most insane rounds of Gears 5 I've ever seen, and it all went down up on this Asylum E hill. So waiting for someone to be the one. Tip of the spear looks like it's going to be TJ getting that initial flash out. Looks like, sorry, initial shock grenade. Shock's being answered back. NRG gets the first kill. On the other end, it's going to be Summons and Praise both going down.
Okay.
And they finish him off, or will the revives come in? No one able to get on that hill yet. There comes the drop. Demise makes the best of it. That's going to be Summons down. Praise still down on that E-hill. He gets taken out. Currently a 5v3. This could be Hive's opportunity to hop on that hill. They have a 2-point lead right now, but I know they want it to extend further. And if you're Solars, you're just waiting for those guys to hop on that hill and get that boom shot down there.
And I think that's what's in the back of Hive's mind. No reason to rush this. And, you know, the first person who goes, probably the first person who's going to go down. TJ clearly wants to inch his way forward, but he just can't do so. Hive with just such a slight lead, right? There's not a lot he could do. Demise, though, is going to pick up a great kill onto Explosives. But he's got to watch out, right? He does get a nice tag onto 1. Finally, he's going to drop it. NRG, though, is going to start pushing forward. TJ onto the back foot. And that's going to be NRG, who hopefully should be able to lock down E. You notice Hive is going to be applying that pressure, but it's not going to be enough, and they still can't get it.
Hefe just shot 2 drop shots up towards E, and they were both about a foot too short. Could have been a very easy double kill that would have absolutely netted his team that hill, but unfortunately both drops fall just short. Now Praise and Solar still able to kind of watch over that hill. The shock is going to separate Praise. He'll still have a little bit of a Lancer angle up there. If you're High, like I said, you still have about a 2-point lead, but you don't want to ride on that the whole way through. Boom shot comes in. That's going to push Solar's back. The reinforcements have come in. Shock Grenade will likely push the members of NRG back. This can be Hive's opportunity to get the full cap. They should. Even if member goes down, they should be able to get it. The boom shot comes in and only takes out Demise. Hefe does get the cap. Now he has that pocket spot where he can just kind of cross through the players that decide to move through. I'm loving this positioning by Hefe. On the other end, it is going to be F. If NRG can hold that DNF hill, that too will give them enough time. So now, if you're Hive, you have to kind of redirect your resources just a little bit. You have one member off spawn.
Someone's already there.
You're fighting for it. But now they're going to lose E.
This is big. This could be the
NRG will take the lead with this.
NRG definitely will take the lead, and potentially this will solidify the round for them. F is going to be regained by Hive, but that's not even the talking point at this point. E now is going to be it as Hive, once again, they're going to push forward. NRG is going to be on the back foot. You see it slowly turning blue, and there it is. They regain it, but they have to maintain it. Solar's pushing in. Oh, that's going to be a great kill, though, for Demise. Finally traded off for Mental. He gets a two-piece. Tidy comes in, and then Mental capitalizes for 3 and solidifies E and also takes over the round. NRG is going to be at round point to take game number 2.
Mental, mental, mental. Always the one who finishes off those rounds, always makes those clutch big plays with that shotgun. You saw him instantly clean up those 2 members that did not allow Hive to cap that E-hill that could have given them the round win. So once again, clutch plays coming in from our Season 1 MVP. Now NRG on map point. Like I said, you do not want to send NRG to a third map. That is one of the scariest sites we have in Gears Esports. Looks like boom shots are going to be locked. Now the only power weapon is going to be in the middle. This gives me a little bit of Gears 4 vibes, a little bit of Escalation vibes. The only heavy weapon being on the center line. Now let's see what these teams do. Looks like they're each going to have a shock that respawns with 60 seconds remaining. Where will the fight go down? Will they choose to fight towards that E-hill, or will they prioritize that drop shot? It looks like we're going to see some fighting going on towards the middle near that drop.
You have to.
Solars gets the opening kill on the TJ. Solars gets a second kill on a Demise. Solars had a number of big 2 pieces all night long, continuing it forward. It's going to be Tidy being dropped. Things are looking good so far for NRG. Hive will have that lead for just a few more seconds.
You got to be thinking, right, was it worth it for Tidy to sacrifice his life over on E? Look at how quickly they lost it, and that's something that maybe wasn't so much worth it. As now NRG in total control. They've got the drop. On top of that, now they've got control of E and F, and they continue to apply the pressure forward. And that's going to be a beautiful drop from Mental. And unfortunately, it's not going to connect, but it does at least get some damage onto the player of Hive. Now looking at the respawn economy, Demise is in fact going to be at 1 life. If he does go down, he'll be respawning with 0. No, he's already at 0. Hefe himself, he only has at least 1 respawn left if he so decides to use it, which I'm assuming he will. But this is getting down to the wire, and NRG has all the cards in their hand to take over the victory.
And you see Demise taking the full red, trying to get his team back into this E-hill. Shocks come in for both sides. Those are not fun to sit in. They down you so quickly in Gears 5. Look at the pressure being applied from NRG. They're the ones to lead this time. They're the ones who want to watch Hive be the aggressors. Oh, they're doing it. Flashes come in. Explosion gets it down on a Tidy. The team fire continues to rain in. The flashes rain in. Hive has no choice but to retreat. They had the hill for a few seconds, but it's not going to be long enough. NRG quickly taking that hill back. We talk about the push and pull up there till you just see the back and forth, right? The caps, the decaps, the pushes, the retreats, the power weapons. So much action going down up on this E-hill. Currently, NRG sits in the driver's seat.
Definitely do. Not only in points, not only map control, but in respawn economy. And you notice that entire time, Noe was nowhere to be found. He could not afford to just throw his life away on E and force it to a 5v4 the entirety of this round. He just couldn't do it, and that's really kind of the beautiful thing about the respawn economy, at least at this point. TJ, though, doing great work. Comes through. He's going to manage to finish off 1, but Hefe, in the meantime, he'll go ahead and at least not even try and lock down E. He knows at this point, right, he's got to push through. He's got to get these kills, and Explosive is in his sights. Unfortunately, the trade is not going to be enough. He wanted to work his way over towards F. He knows at this point, hey, time is getting away from him. They've either got to get and eliminate 5 people, or they have to go through and get the triple cap, and both of those are looking very, very slim. With that being said, you hear the dong. 230 is about to be apexed, and NRG, they just got to maintain F, and you see them just applying all of their troops over here towards F, and Tidy tries to make a break. Can it happen?
They get 1. The break comes in. Again, the break won't be enough. need to get kind of a full wipe to get back into this with time. Heidi's doing a great job putting his teammates in position. The push comes in, but it looks like NRG has answered back off spawn. What little glimmer of hope Hive had there in the hands of Tidy is now lost, and the defending champs will grab that F hill. Actually, I don't think they need to. They're going to get the full Elim, and Hive, they went up in map 2, but it wasn't enough. NRG quickly answered back with 4 of their own, and that is going to send us to a third and final map in our semi-final match.
Yes, and that's going to be on Icebound. Now, given the history of these two, do you favor anyone going in this? Obviously, I mean, let's just put